Hey, what's up, YouTube buddies? So, another great aspect of, say, self-reliance, um, it incorporates right into homesteading, of course, is cooking for yourself. And I mean, that is quite obvious, but people blow so much money on fast food and going out to eat. I mean, right now, that's just incredibly wasteful unless you're on the road working or just so busy that you don't even have 15 minutes to whip food up. But I think in the future, it's going to be even more valuable just because this restaurant industry is getting totally crushed. And if there are going to be further lockdowns, they're just going to wipe out all these companies that barely made it through the first lockdown. So one thing is, I love to cook on my Weber grill. It's perfect for a couple. I've got that copper one right there, that bronzy copper looking color. And you know, I grew up grilling. In California, we grill. We use high heat and we cook quickly. So that's great for hamburgers, especially for a nice steak. But you know, in the South, it's all about low and slow. And the older I get, the more appreciation I have for that slow cooked, you know, ribs, brisket, pork butt. Those are my favorites. And here in the South, that's the standard. So, I mean, I've been practicing that. Another reason why low and slow is great is energy consumption. Although it takes forever, you really don't need to use that much fuel or wood. And if you're on your own property, you have fuel all around you. Now, I still use charcoal, but when I have a giant limb fall off, say this massive maple tree, boom, right into my cooking space. I'll haul it off to the side and cut it up and let that baby dry out. And I use that to smoke my food. I have used the poplars. I don't think that's typically used for cooking, but you can just burn them down to coals if you don't like the flavor. The scent of the poplar isn't really anywhere near where that maple smoke just smells like heaven. Look at this big guy right there. Look at that big nest up there. So another reason too to be independent and say have a generator is in case one of these giant trees crushes my power lines. I could be without power for days, who knows. And these beauties are also going to cost me a fortune if I ever have to cut them down, because they're so close to the house and to the lines that I'm not going to be able to do this myself. That's going to take a real expert. Look at this. Is this not heaven on earth? I mean, I'm totally inspired. And then the mountain out there. Anyway, I'm gonna throw a pork butt on. I'm gonna cook that baby low and slow. Another great reason to grill and barbecue is all the ash. Oh, this is all going into my compost. And you wanna limit, and even having these little bits of charcoal, that's great. Another thing I'll do, I won't keep old bones for too long. But if I say have some ribs or chicken bones and I'm cooking on that grill, I throw them down into the fire, because we can't really compost this bone naturally in anything that we're going to eat out of. But you can throw that in the fire, incinerate it. Now, I don't know what kind of nutritional value is left, but just as ash alone, that's going to work great. Charcoal also works incredibly well. So limit the amount of lighter fluid that you're using. If you have one of those electric units that just sticks on the coals and lights it, that's really great. You'll have a cleaner end product as far as composting goes. And you know, just take moments to enjoy life and make sure you have a space where you can kind of escape. And to me, living in places like this and visiting places like this, I look at myself like I'm literally like a battery, and sometimes you need to plug into something different that's gonna charge that battery rather than drain that battery. And I mean, just experience the beauty and make that part of your life. Look at the canopy. Okay, anyway, I just wanted to say what's up, throw out another obvious but simple homesteading plan, or say concept, that just, you know, it keeps you moving in the right direction. It keeps you using resources efficiently. And if you aren't using that barbecue ash, you need to start. My wife always lectures me about it. She says that the lighter fluid is detrimental. And, you know, I can understand that, but I'm eating the food that I'm literally using the fluid on. How much residual is in that wood? Probably something, but, you know, we do what we gotta do, right? Enjoy your day. Dan out.